Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Get Technical. It is Wednesday. If you're watching us live or a little bit later in the afternoon on your lazy boy. With me today, as always, young producer AB.
What up, YouTube?
Yeah. Guys, wow, what a crazy market we're in right now. I put out a Twitter poll today asking you all if you wanted to play hedge fund, and I think it was about 30%. It was like 33 to 60 or something like that. 2/3 of y'all wanted to just look at sectors that have strength and identify hot stocks. Makes a lot of sense because SPY and QQQ are having a down day. Womp womp. So as my chatters get into the stream, we'll take some ideas from them. Right off the giddy, I want to touch right back on one of my picks from yesterday. BET, not VeChain. Vermilion Energy. You can see here, I had my cup and handle set up. And then if you remember, here, let me turn this music down a little bit. If you remember, I did this little thing here. Put the cheeky little cup. Like, wink, wink, I found a cup with handle pattern. I'm going to trade it. Can't stop me. And then it sold down. Yeah, kind of messed up our pattern. You can't have a cup that goes like this. You don't want that. Is there can undo? Oh, nice. This is the first time I've used that button. Now I can chart with one hand. But what we did get here was a pretty nice reversal. This is a relatively neutral candle, but coming off of that red day, and then hitting support here on this wick, I didn't, but I should have treated that as a nice little reversal back up into formation. Momo represent. Absolutely. Oh, God. I had a hair in my mouth. Yeah, we are looking at stocks and trend. We are looking at momentum. And I don't think the other show has ended. Has it ended, producer AB? Can you hear me?
What's up?
You can't hear me, can you?
No, I can hear you now. I had to fix my audio.
Did they end power hour so they could transfer over to this?
No, Spencer's bloviating.
Spencer is bloviating?
Yeah.
Blow it up.
That's what that's why my audio was messed up, because I was in two different streams at once.
Cut him off.
All right, let me go do my due diligence. Let me get in there and lay down the law.
Here, and I'll share the screen here.
Yeah,
we're going to YouTube. We're going to bomb them.
See if Spencer is still bloviating.
We're rating. All right, so Get Technical, that's live. That's my weird
Oh, maybe they're
picture.
not live anymore.
Well, hold on. I search myself a lot, so I get anything that has my name in it gets recommended.
No, it still says live now. If Spencer's on that screen, oh my! Now they have 3 bloviator. And Luke's. What is Luke doing? What is that, Luke? Oh my! There are kids, young investors here. This is. Oh my, Lanza.
End it. End it. Get in there, producer. I want to see you get in there.
All right, I'm going right now. I'm going rogue. I'm going rogue.
This is good. I like this.
You guys got to try out these ginger shoes. These are good.
Because Neil's on, so let's wrap it up and I'm going to stream in 5 seconds.
See what Luke has to
say.
No, we got to wrap up.
End it now. Hit the button.
End.
Wait, Spencer.
Hit it.
It's done. It's done. It's over. I killed him. No, we got to wrap up.
I'm wrapping up 3.
Oh, look,
okay,
this is like Inception right now. Oh my, Lance,
yeah.
I'm getting confused. My not fully developed frontal lobe can't handle all this confusion.
Too much for a young mind. We got him, guys.
Oh
Techception.
No. Oh no.
Technicalception.
Oh no.
And Neil, I just came to do the handoff.
Great job.
I want to be like Sean Hannity and you're Tucker Carlson. Okay?
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah. Great. So we just had some awesome guests. Tucker, what are you going to be talking about today?
Neil's got the Tucker hair going.
I'm going to talk whatever keeps you up at night. I'm going to talk about it. Whatever Whatever you're real worried about, I'm going to ask questions about it. Who do you think out of Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson would be more likely to win a presidential election?
Tucker for sure.
No, I don't know.
Sean Hannity's got the gray stripes.
Yeah, I think Hannity too.
Yeah, I think that gets him through. Tucker with
All
for
right,
VP.
Pat, presidential election, Tucker versus Hannity. 1 for Tucker, 2 for Hannity. Let's
Is it just me, or is Power Hour not ending on time like it used to?
Do you want to talk about stocks?
And if it's not ending on time, how can I talk about technical analysis?
Do you want to talk about technical analysis? Do you want to talk about stocks? We're going to get right into it on this show.
All right, peace, guys.
Pay me $1 million.
Thanks, Neil.
All right, so yeah. Guys, these ginger chews are so good. Guys, get yourself some ginger chews. They're so fire. I'm going to send some to producer AB. It was his birthday the other day.
The big 19.
The big 1-9.
I'm kidding.
All right. So I started off a little bit earlier. Yeah, what a day. What a day. What a day. I just wanted to point out that VET is still in the game. My structure fell apart for the cup with handle. And if you're watching the recording on your lazy boy, or if you actually came over here early for the live session, I'm sorry I'm going back over this. I hate to bloviate. Oh yeah, Refined Warrior knows about these things. Man, they rule. Only 15 calories. Structure of my my cup with handle got broken, but we had a nice little reversal. So I still think this is a hot stock. A lot of folks ask, like, if you see a chart pattern like what we have here, a cup with handle, which with a cup with handle you expect this formation with the price. Right? You hit resist, like you've hit a, this is a probably more proper way to draw this. So you have an upward trend as a continuation thing. And then you hit resistance, sell off, a little bit of a round in formation, and then you hit resistance again. They don't have to be the exact same level, but then you start selling off. This forms the handle, and then you have a return to resistance and a breakout. That's a cup with handle. So a lot of folks ask me, when you get a pattern, and then the pattern happens, but then some other stuff happens in between, like there's like a Fed announcement or something that just disrupts the entire market, or whatever. Does the pattern, do you still kind of look for the pattern to resolve? I do. I think as long as there's not an obvious failed breakout, or the pattern didn't get totally disrupted because we were looking at it too early, like we thought something was going to be a double bottom, then it did this. You know what I mean? But I think in general, if you're looking for a pattern to resolve, you're measuring your moves here. Let me pull out a ruler, which would be, in this case, we'll use this resistance. So we'll go the depth of this cup up to this resistance. I'm going to put my halfway mark there. So the depth of the cup added to the resistance on the right pivot of the cup is still a price point that I would say we would hit. And you'll probably see consolidation at that point. And it's usually pretty clean. Like it'll be the top of a wick or something like that. You guys can check me on that, but ginger chooser for the ladies. Yeah, so I got a whole bag of them. We are equal opportunity technical analysis YouTube show. So come on over, ladies. Wow, creepy. Won't do that again. So we wanted to look at some uranium today. We'll just get it out of the way because I don't see like a huge amount of opportunity, but I do like the overall trend. So I'm going to look at the uranium 2RNM ETF because some folks on Twitter were talking about what they like to see on the show today. And I'm going to hook them up. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to get a line here, a sloping line of support on this trend that I see. I'll start with this one. And we got this other swing low here. Not a bad lineup. I think I can adjust it. Not bad, not bad. I'll do myself one better, and start turning on my moving averages and start to see if this is obeyed any particular moving average. God, I had too many ginger chews too fast.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're so good. They're like, I don't know, they've got like a little kick to them.
Are they really for morning sickness?
It apparently helps Brandy. Look, people use ginger as a remedy for a lot of stuff.
You know, I like you when I was a kid and I was sick. My mom would give me ginger ale.
Yep, me too. And crackers.
Wow. Wait. Who's your mom? Are we?
I'm pretty sure we have different moms. Pretty sure we're not related. We do kind of look alike a little bit, though. Wouldn't be surprised if we have a common ancestor.
Genghis?
Yeah. I mean, there's a high likelihood. Over 50% chance that we're direct descendants of Genghis Khan.
Is it really that high? I know it's like a crazy high number, but
I don't know, dude.
we'll look. I'll
on
do
the
some
next
research
episode-
in the
on
next episode.
Yeah, we'll do the 23andMe reveal on the next episode. So looking at uranium, we got a little bit of a sell-off, but overall it's been trading sideways, and it already did the little knock at the door, tap you 2 times, breakout. Let's see what the measurement of that breakout is. So if we treat blah, 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 let me go back here. Undo. So we're going to treat this measured move. That's kind of brutal. I don't really like that. Here, let's try the Fibonacci extension here. The show is so chaotic right now. So Fibonacci extension tool, similar to the Fibonacci retracement tool, it uses Fibonacci numbers. Let me move these moving averages out of the way to make this very simple so it's not confusing folks. I'm going to move this line. Nothing but prices here. Let me get rid of the Fibonacci. Similar to the Fibonacci retracement tool, it's going to separate 2 points, the distance between 2 points, into segments that are based on the Fibonacci ratio. If you want to do some more research on that, please do look it up. Oddly enough, it works really well for charting. And that's all I'll say about that. The Fibonacci extension tool is less for a retracement, which a retracement is when a stock is on an impulse or a broader trend, and then is going back through levels of support and resistance. So this happens on the downside, happens on the upside. The extension is actually adding levels up into outer space, up into points never touched before. So it's very useful. I actually like it. It was pointed out by a viewer to me that it's super easy to use for the cup and handle. So with cup and handles, when you get this upward trend, you get this little dip, and then you get a little bit of a sell-off at resistance. When you're setting your price targets using the Fibonacci extension, which I'll use now, it's very easy to go to where that impulsive move started. You have 3 anchors to use here. So I'm doing my first anchor on the bottom of my impulsive move. The second one on my left cup, which is what this point is called here, the first time it hit resistance and got beat down. And then the low point is the lowest point, the lowest wick on your cup formation. And that's actually your price target for a breakout. So if you're trading a cup with handle, you're looking for a candle close above this resistance, and then you're targeting that first line. It's good to be ready for that first line, take profit there. But if the thing's cooking, if it's got momentum after that, my recommendation is set a trailing stop loss. I mean, hey guys, I'm not here actually to make like fantastic recommendations. This is just what I do. And I'm learning all the time. What I do changes all the time. But if it's cooking past that, I'll just throw on a 3% stop loss. You could also just set a hard stop where you've gotten to keep your profit, and then just try to ride it up to the next one. But I don't sit at my computer trading all day. I sit at my computer working at Benzinga all day. So it's really, I frankly have a really hard time keeping track of my charts and my hold-ins. So oftentimes I look at them and they might have hit a target and I missed it completely. So any rate, that's enough bloviation about that. So we did have this little knock knock at the door here at this resistance level. And we broke up above it, and I'm going to use that tool that I just mentioned, the Fibonacci Extension. Let's go from the low point here up to the resistance, down to the low point here. And actually, I wonder if this low point would be more appropriate. Yeah, look at that, Aaron. You see that?
Yeah, it's good looking.
Yeah. So yeah, I just went to the previous low point up to the preceding impulse. So the impulsive move up that precedes this big one that we've got here. That you can call it. You might call this a handleless cup. That's not unheard of. You can see like what's his name, William O'Neill, or at least people that follow that still like carry the William O'Neill torch. We'll talk about cup formations that don't.
Yes,
don't have
William O'Neill, connoisseur of cups.
Yeah, he is. Great cup collection, big collector. But at any rate, anchoring it at the absolute low here, which I should have done in the first place, bringing it up to resistance, and then to the absolute low, takes us exactly where we opened on May 10th. So great tool there. Give me a 1 in chat if you learned something. Give me a 2 in chat if you're jealous that you don't have ginger snaps. Only 15 calories.
Yeah, but when you eat 50 of them.
I'll eat like probably 5 more, and I'm done.
All right, fine. That's allowed.
Thanks, man. Well, that's for ginger snap lovers.
I learned that we can do cups without handles.
Finally, we've got a 1 and a 2. Thank you, Mochi. All right. Hit me with some tickers. What's the strongest sector today? There are sector ETFs. Open up right here. Hold on, let me filter them by percent change.
You know what was getting crushed earlier was home building. Nail?
Yeah, I was getting nailed. XLP. But dude, crushed? Is that really getting crushed?
Well, I was talking about nail. It's like a 3 times direction ETF, like 3 times leverage.
Okay, yeah. I
So
wonder why that was changing a lot. Are you trading triple leverage ETFs?
Yeah, I dabble. I bought nail a while ago. And
Your frontal lobe isn't fully developed yet, and you're messing with triple levered ETFs.
I know we were talking about triple leverage ETFs on Power Hour as well. It's a dangerous game to play, boys and girls, gents and ladies.
Oh, I put XLB, which is materials. Oh, there it is.
There's nail.
Okay. Yeah, there it is, getting wrecked. Let's take a little look. This is a buying opportunity for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the long trend still continues, but today was just ugly.
Yeah, can you guys hear me chewing?
Slightly.
Sorry. All right, so we'll get over to energy.
Josh just said yes.
I mean, you're welcome. Yeah, it's gross. Tiny Pie, you don't like anything.
Besides tiny pies.
Yeah, except for, if I was eating a pie, you'd probably be happy. Just jealous.
What type of tiny pie are we talking? Like a little tiny...
We don't need to get into it. So let's look at XLE. This is energy. This is all. So as I pointed out earlier, VET had a nice little reversal. Same thing here. Same thing here. Where's our resistance that we're hitting? That's okay, 13. I can take it. And what is this one? Yeah, at any rate, I would treat this the same way as what we just looked at. Whoops. I think this is like the second most common pattern. Switching to 4 hour, so I can see some more candles. I'm drawing a cup with handle, in case you're wondering. It's not lining up perfectly, but such is life. C'est la vie. So the line that we want to break here is our right pivot. On our cup with handle on XLE, energy, which means that XOM and the others will probably have a similar formation, or at least will have big moves at the same time that this move happens, if it does, if we do get the breakout here. So let's just try this using the Fibonacci extension. So the Fibonacci extension, anchoring it at the big impulsive move leading us up to our left cup, and then anchoring the the third point at the absolute low of our cup with handle, gives us about 61.77 as a target. Let's see if that lines up with just raw pattern analysis. We get our ruler tool out. Actually, I'll do this to be more illustrative. Going to the bottom, up to the point of resistance. So the depth of our cup added to that neckline, and it's a bit higher. It's a bit higher. That's okay, because I bet you... Oh, actually, no. I bet you if this comes down... What level is that? Yeah, this is kind of saying that the impulse could have started down there. But hey, it's a heuristic. It's a shortcut, a mental shortcut. I rely more on the pattern. So if we do get the breakout, you would not be insane to target about $64.70 or $64.09, which would have a profit potential of roughly 16%, 16.3. And then more aggressive traders can also confidently trade from this point up to the upper resistance for about 3.21%. That's XLE. The price target for VET, let's look back at it. Same-ish. I'm looking at the weekly for XLE. We're going to box in this double bottom, which I could all VET, which could have also been done on XLE. Happy to go back and do that if you want me to. But I recommend you do that on your own charting tool in the comfort of your own home. Where the meat of the trading occurs. And what do I think of? You guys know, when I see these doublets, this one is obviously looks like the posterior of the human. But then the meat of the trading is below it, and then we see this little extra action coming above this. And I've been trying to think of the best phrase for this, and now I know what it is. Who here grew up in the 90s? And remembers that you did. Producer AB, get the hell out of here. Go play Roblox. Yeah. So I'm thinking about, remember when low cut jeans were really popular with like Britney Spears? Okay, we'll see. I mean, if this is on Google Images, so Google cannot ban this show because this is Google property. You guys have my back on this, right? Low cut jeans, Britney Spears. This is for educational purposes only. I may or may not hold some of the assets. I don't know if we're going to get a good example. Yeah, no, I was looking for a posterior view. That's fine. I think you guys get the idea. This is the top of the jeans. This is the William J. O'Neill ass cleavage, if you want to use the textbook definition. I think I have safe search on by default. At any rate, let's undo that little arrow we got there. Looking at VET, what's our price target was the question. Let's do the darn thing. The depth. Whoa, hey, that's not what I wanted. The depth of our boxed in double or double bottom added to the neckline or the waistline gets you to about $10.60. Tramp stamp. Yeah, this is the tramp stamp. Or the tramp stamp would be like a little bit higher. This is the tramp stamp up here. The price target is the tramp stamp. That's a derogatory term. So at any rate, excuse me. That's where we're trying to get. We're on a nice little trend upward. Healthy looking so far. Would just really like to see some impulsive moves to get us above this previous high. I'm on the weekly right now, so let me switch to the daily to bring some clarity here. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this is a floppy cup with handle. I know it's brave of me to say, but I'm going to call it. I'm calling this a floppy cup with handle. Come at me in chat. You're welcome to. You're welcome to. So we got 2 levels here. This is how we trade this. We are looking for the break above this resistance on good volume, which looks like today is about average volume, exactly average volume. And then you can trade in between here, this little zone that I've drawn with 2 arrowheads. But then upon a break, you're targeting the full shebang, which is resolution of our double bottom. Let's do a little thing. Let's see if the resolution of our double bottom with the what do you call them? The low rise jeans, Britney Spears. Let's see if that price target lines up with the price target we would get if we were just looking at this like a cup and handle. So we take the depth of our cup with handle and add it to the neckline. Nope, hold on, let me go back. Let me use the right cup, all right? Let me use this one. And then add that to the neck. Add that to the... Nope, it doesn't line up. Doesn't line up, guys. But anyways, we're still looking for a resolution of this downtrend reversal, getting us up to about... Let me get the exact number on this. $10.60. Who had earnings this morning?
SFL Oil Tanker Company. Or sorry, Earl.
Thank you. Oh, geez, Louise, guys. I'm on the monthly right now. Okay. So if you're looking at this like a descending triangle continuation pattern, you're not too far to the right on it. You're at just about that sweet spot, which is between 2/3, or what is it, like between like halfway and 75% of the way through. So this one, you're looking for a breakout above the sloping line of resistance. This is SFL Sheila Foam. Process Industries, Industrial Specialties, manufacture and sale of polystyrene foam products. Not a material I'm familiar with, nor... Oh, it's for pillows, cushions. Is that memory foam? Very well may be. Nonetheless, the pattern is here. The pattern is clear. How do we measure? How do we create a price target for this pattern? We take the measured move, which is the swing high, which is our first point that gave us our sloping line of resistance, down to our line of support, which in this case is horizontal. So that's a swing high down to a swing low. And then we add that to our breakout point, which ideally would happen between these 2 lines. Like ideally would happen, I'll extend this a little bit, ideally happening before like the 8th or 9th of June. But you add that to your breakout point. So wherever you see a day candle close, body close above the sloping line of resistance, you can take this measured move and then make that your price target. In this case, the hypothetical one is, oh, geez, Louise. 2,582. Everyone hop on that. The more aggressive price target can be taken from the base of the impulsive move up to your swing high, or the pole in this case, and then adding that to your apex. All right. We had the measure move to the breakout point, and we add the pole to the apex. It gets you a little bit higher there. Yeah, I'll do FSR one more, and then we have a guest.
You got a few today.
Oh boy. My forecast for this looks choppy. Next stock. Oh, SFL. Wait, did I look at the wrong one?
No, we looked
Sheila
at this.
No. There might be listed on 2 exchanges or something. SFL Corporation is. Whoa! What did I do? Every time I type it, it takes me to a different one. Sheila. Oh, there's 2. So I was looking. Okay, so I was looking on the NSE exchange. I'm sorry about that. Well, if you guys have access to the NSE, go for it.
Was that the Netherlands Stock Exchange?
Nice. I don't think so. I think it might be Indian. But I'm not sure. So SFL. So you just see there was reversal here. Do it like this. You're targeting about 1185. You can get aggressive and get in now, as long as you're not getting overbought, which you still got some room to go. We're looking at daily SFL. We're looking at the actual transportation of oil stock. Let's pull in some moving averages, 50 and 20. Looks like the 20, I believe, is my yellow one. No, yeah, 20 looks like it's about to cross the 50. I think 13 was calling that a silver cross the other day. At any rate, let's pull in some other ones and see what we're riding here. We use the Fibonacci exponentials.
Meh.
Nothing totally clear. It is sort of touching on the 8-day. So if you guys want to use the 8-day exponential moving average, that can be a helpful one there. And then the last thing I want to do, did I lose my 500? Just wanted to see resistance ahead. Well, this is interesting. The 50-day moving average crossed the 200 moving average on April 1st. So no joke. That is what some might call a golden cross. So lots of buy signals here. I think you would not be unreasonable to trade this, targeting resistance, which would be about 7% gain, and then a day candle close above the neckline here. You can go for that big target, which if we're just doing that from the neckline, it's about 33%, 34%. All right, guys. RSI is too high for a big run. May be true. May be true. We're also running into... Oh, wait. No, just... The 12th of May? What's the date today? Oh, it's today. Okay. That's what you guys are talking about. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Watch your RSI. We like oversold stocks. All right. So let's bring on our guest for the day. Enough bloviation from me.
No more bloviation. Let's introduce Mr. Bear, Mr. Rhodes.
Whoa, hold on. Shit coming in hot.
And Trogdor? Let me make sure I get that right. Trogdor.
Okay. So let's break them down. Did you guys get your names from your World of Warcraft accounts? You're muted. You're hey there, bear fucker. You're muted.
Can you guys hear Trogdor?
We can hear
Oh
Trogdor.
yeah, Trogdor. Yeah, we hear you.
Comes through loud and clear.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. No, I never played World of Warcraft, man. I was more of a Diablo 2 character kind of guy.
Oh man, dude, I used to watch people play Diablo 2, but I didn't have a PC.
Yeah.
Play it. I finally got my laptop in college. All I did.
Yeah, dude, it's super addicting, especially if you get good at it. So.
Yep. All right, now, Bearfucker, do we have audio?
Looks like maybe try backing out of the site we use and then come back in. When you open it, it'll give you a mic reading on the before you hop in. So I would just close all the way out, come back in. We'll see if we can get you fixed up.
So, Rhodes, can you hear or can you say anything?
Could you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey guys, thank you for having us on.
Of course.
It's our pleasure. And how do we say your name?
Rodessa.
Rodessa. Okay. What's that from?
My last name's Rhodes. First name starts with an A.
Got it. Rodessa. That's cool.
Thank you.
So if y'all are able to, you are able to share a screen if you want to pull up some of your charts, shows kind of what you're looking at.
Okay, yeah. Or so you guys want to look at like intraday?
Everyone watching right now just wants stock.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Welcome to the
How
show.
you guys doing? Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Sweet.
So we this is Get Technical. We basically just use technical analysis, find trading opportunities. Simple, easy peasy. So if you have any good picks that you like, throw them up. The share screen works just like Zoom. You should be able to see it in the bottom middle.
Mr. Bear, we asked everyone else how they got their names. So I'm curious how you got yours. Hard way?
The hard way, yeah. A lot of short squeezes. a lot of following short squeezes got me my name.
That's what they call it up in the mountains.
Yeah, right.
All right. So Rhodes, are you gonna bring your screen up? I think if we have too many screens.
Yeah, did you want me to, or are you going to, Bear? I don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, Rhodes. I think you're our main chartist out of our group here.
All right. Share screen.
You can do it by just a specific application or window, and that's probably easiest if you have one place, or you can do the whole desktop, whatever is easiest for you.
Should be up now. Could you see it?
Yep. So let's see. We're looking at BRN.
Yeah, just looking at some of the top gainers today. Nice city out there for sure today, but definitely some opportunities.
All right.
Do you guys want to go into any specific tickers? Bear,
whatever you're looking at.
Yeah, I think oil would be a good topic. Those are our best runs today, I think.
Yeah, Trog and Bear, you guys played those more than I did today. Do you want to go over a specific one?
Yeah, we can start with
BRN.
how many can you pull up? I guess BRN is a pretty nice one, but USEG, USEG, has a pretty nice little risk reward to it at the moment.
Yeah, so something we do is we always look for the daily levels. I like to make sure that a chart has range and is ready on the daily chart as well. Larger time frame, our stronger resistance breaks leads to a stronger move. So right here, you can see we kind of double topped here at this 478 level. I'd say within the next coming days, if oil were to continue, which I believe is in line with what Trog and Bear believe, you can see this double top resistance break being bought up pretty soon.
Yep.
But yeah,
What do you have on the bottom of your screen?
Just volume.
What's the horizontal line? Is that moving average?
Yeah, it should be like the 30-day volume average.
Okay.
Any words on this one, Trog?
Yeah, it's difficult with oils and stuff because there's not much volume behind it. So a lot of times on these low flow oil plays, I think, what is usage flow at the moment? Let me pull it up quickly. So when we're looking at low floats, it's important to know that these run very, very quickly, and a lot of people can lose, money very quickly on them as well. So it's important to get in low and kind of look at the sympathies that's running. So this morning we saw a big pop out of BRN. So if we can pull up BRN, Rhodes,
Got you.
what we'll do is, if you look at the 1 minute, Rhodes, you'll be able to see the higher highs in the morning. Until finally we got a pretty big spike. So this one is the leader here. We broke this upper trend line that Rhodes just has drawn, and from here, once we see a nice move upwards, that's when we can kind of start looking into their sympathies of GBR was another one that ran with the MXC and USEG. So pretty simple on how we play sympathies, but yeah, technical breaks. Once you get 2-3 resistance breaks and a nice move up like BRN, we could see GBR following it pretty closely as well. But a little bit of patience, especially with how low float these things are. They move up 40% in 5 minutes. And then they can easily drop 40% in the same 5 minutes. So,
and how are you trading them?
Most of our this is Bear. Most of our trades are all momentum. Typically breakout or bottom buy, and wait for a either resistance test or a breakout of resistance. But typically all our entries are going to be off of chart support from previous day levels, supply demand zones, things like that. So most of our stuffs are intraday trades, and we focus mainly on momentum, so the fast moving stuff.
Okay. And then what's your process for picking them out? Like, do you use a scanner, screener? Do you top down from like sectors? How are you finding the stocks that you trade for the day?
Typically we start with screening. We make watch lists of our favorite plays. And then we'll typically chart those, get the ones with the most potential toward the top of the list, and then we start plugging them into our scanners. And once our scanners like them as much as we do, then that's typically our trade signal to start pushing into them. Obviously, volume as momentum traders is also our biggest friend. So anything that you can see on Rodessa's charts here, he has his volume averages. So as soon as we start breaking out above them volume averages, it's really another big signal for us because we need that volume as momentum traders. So
yeah, something I like to do that gives me a little bit of a different picture in terms of looking at volume is I just coin it the like a volume breakout level. So what I look for is the volume needed to push up the initial move or some sort of volume spike that shows a higher than the average volume bar. And from there, I'll use that as a measure of like, all right, are we in consolidation volume? Is the volume dead? And if it meets that level, then there's a good chance that we're going to see a dip being bought or just continuation off of a move, off of a breakout move like this one. Like this is a nice breakout pattern, right? You got this little bit of a pennant. And then from here, the move's confirmed with that increasing volume. And I do this on the 5-minute time frame because similar to like a 1-minute chart, you can get too much noise on a 1-minute volume chart. But I use that. And then when it meets that level again and you're in from the low, you want to make sure you value your entries correctly in terms of, all right, is it low? Should I sell on this pop or should I see if this pullback is going to be held on like some key levels we use are the previous high day levels, right? And then from there, that helps us hold from top to bottom. But I believe I can speak for all of us in this sense that we're more big picture thinkers. So we read the news, we look at the chart, and we're really good at getting accurate price targets. So sometimes our day trades will turn into swing trades because we can see more potential in it. But when you go into overnights or swing trades, you always have to consider the risk that you're taking on. Some of the factors that go into overnight trades and the success that they have are, what is the news like in the morning? If it's, if you got one PR that's 10 times better than the PR from the day before, then, that ticker that you overnighted might not see the continuation that it would have saw if you had, overnighted it and then the next day you had bad news or something like that.
Okay. And then, so what are you looking at right now? Not on your screen right now, but intraday. It's 1:45 p.m. Eastern. Are there any things that any stocks that you're looking at for a setup?
Bear, you want to go over the 375 idea? That I don't think it'll do it today, just given the market conditions right now. But I think that's a good one to go over because we have two tickers sitting around that 375 level.
And by the way, sorry to interrupt you. By the way, if you guys run out of names, chat has like 1,000 tickers. They want you guys to look.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that.
Yeah, we've got a kind of a pretty set list. RMed is one that's pretty low risk right now.
RMed, beautiful setup, ready.
Yeah, so the RMed down here, we're kind of finishing up on a bottom wedge. We are consolidating at pre-market resistance here on RMed. We've got a nice halt up twice in the morning, so we know that it can get the volume to get there. And at the moment, it's almost no risk to the reward here. So what we would be looking at is, as you can tell with roads here, is kind of a press up to that 430 area, because that was the pre-market resistance at first. And if we can get over that, then if the volume starts kind of banging in, we'll see a nice pop out of it. But that's one ticker that looks okay, kind of setting up. Roads setting up the levels, and all these levels kind of coexist with mine. And then sorry
to interrupt you. You said one thing. So for folks that are watching this that are not big intraday traders or still somewhat new to trading, you mentioned a halt. So trading was halted, and you mentioned that was an indication that there's plenty of volume. Do you mind explaining what that means?
Yeah, basically when enough volatility comes in, the SEC or the NASDAQ or whoever runs it, there's too many orders going in at once, so they have to kind of pause it, because some people are just, there's just too many orders coming in. Bear can explain it a little bit better than I, but that's the general idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if he means too much volume, but it's enough volume to cause the circuit breaker halt, which is typically a increase in average daily volume. So that's what we're looking for anytime we're playing these momentum plays. So it's something that starts halting for us, although for many traders it's probably a bad sign. For us it's good, because we know that it's hitting limits as far as volume. Mm-hmm. So typically there'll be some more covering. If we're halting up, typically shorts are going to get a little bit worried and to get caught, so you'll see them covering on the top side rather than trying to take a profit cover. So that's really where we're looking for halting stocks. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a great explanation. Thank you, guys. And now we're doing eyes here.
Yeah, just looking for a potential bounce spot. I don't know if I take it, but you guys can see here, you kind of have that head and shoulders pattern. This being shoulder, head, right shoulder. But yeah, you want to look at your levels, but you also want to look at price action and volume. Some things we look at when adding dips or something like this, where you get that low volume pullback. I prefer low volume pullbacks on the 5-minute time frame. It's a stronger trend. Sometimes that 1-minute time frame could be tricky. But I always base entries on the 1 minute, right? Because one 5-minute candle has 5 1-minute candles. Mm-hmm. But you chart these levels beforehand, get an idea of where you might want to add. But more importantly, what you want to look for is that volume to cool down, and you want to look for candles to start to look like they're reversing. Because if you just set a level and you set buy orders at that level, that it could knife down at that level if it's too much selling pressure. But just wanted to back up real fast. Bear, did you want to go over that 375 that we see on WITSA as well as BRN right now?
Sure, absolutely. We have a pattern, or we call it our trading rule in our Momo chat and Atlas, where a low float stock that rapidly approaches 375 that has had some past chart resistance in that area as well, building up a little bit of supply in them areas. Once we start breaking above 375, it's a common occurrence that we move rapidly up to $5. We call it the 375 move in Atlas, and it works based off the fact that well, for one, we use a lot of the golden ratio, which is based off like a 1.25 ratio number, and as we get 375, bears will start to cover, and then the price typically being that $5 whole number. It's one of the strongest resistances in penny stocks. And as our price starts to go towards that, bears also see that and look at it as a bounce spot. Some will start adding in, which gives us a little extra volume. Typically, once we break over that 420, they start to get worried. Their short covers or their stop losses are usually around 450. And then we see that extra little bounce as long as the buying pressure doesn't release. And it's especially effective on low floats. Like I said, that haven't reached that area in a while. So like if it's been 3-4 months before our price has been in that $3.75 to $5 area, and it gets into there, that's one of our best plays that we play. And like Rodessa says, we're seeing that right now on BRN, very close. And then another play we've been playing this morning is WISA. Both have potential 375 setups for them. So that's something you may. I noticed that you're a Fibonacci guy yourself. Fibonacci extensions, I see. You playing a lot. That may be something that you would be interested in, is studying that 375.
I believe in the magic numbers.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then speaking of Fibonacci, did you want to quickly go over 9120 as well?
Sure, and that's somewhat the same concept as our 375 rule, to where when we find a stock intraday moving rapidly and it hits 90%, it typically right away will go up to 120%. We find the same kind of concept, or I believe it's the same concept, that it's bears covering. They're getting worried that it's going to hit that 100%, which is near a max loss for them. So they're going to be rapidly covering right before they hit that 100%. That pushes us up just over 100% with the slower bears covering. And then typically the last little bit, the hedgies are panicking then, and they'll cover that last bit over 100%, which typically gives us a nice move up to 120%. Again, this is partly Fibonacci extensions. And that was first developed by a buddy of mine, B-Dog in Scalp Team in Atlas. So it's also a very interesting, mathematic rule that we use for momentum trading. So
this is like the most in-depth, specific, not textbook stuff that we've had on the show ever.
Yeah, it's taken a while, a lot of things too, these rules, they come in very handy within momentum plays. And, a lot of times what we try to do is look kind of ahead of the game before moves happen, during the day. Like currently I'm looking at, different dailies, so I'm not looking at, what's up highest right now, because, we want to find what's the best reward to us. Why trade something that's a potential 1 to 2 risk reward versus something that you could have a 1 to 4, even a 1 to 20. And a lot of things go from, we don't necessarily like to be on everything that is kind of being pushed all over social medias and stuff. We kind of want to sneak in a little bit early and, find the plays before they move, and just kind of have a list and ideas out. Like for after hours or near the end of day today, I was looking at HFFG and especially BRID, because those got really big moves right before close yesterday for no reason. And they're kind of approaching what we call a 3-bar play. If BRID finishes here today, we've got a nice previous support here. We're approaching something that I've kind of coined as mid-candle dip, which is basically halfway down on a doesn't matter the time ticker. Normally I like to use the 10-minute or the 1-day ticker. So we're approaching kind of mid-candle here from yesterday's body of the candle. I don't use the wick, So we're basically sitting right here at the 50% Fibonacci retracement. And if this thing doesn't see any volume throughout the day, and also in the end of the day, we start getting some buys like yesterday, we can definitely bet on a move up to at least 1920 or so. So those are the kind of ones we look at during the day, just to kind of make sure that we're looking at something great risk reward. And Rhodes drew it for you right there. It's a perfect mid candle dip, and this kind of coincides with our 3-bar play idea too. So
I love it. So what's it like to be in the chat? Like if I were to join today, what's it like?
It can be pretty hectic at first. For new people, it can be pretty hectic and noisy. We always suggest that nobody should take what we're saying on the chat as an alert, but use it as more like a scanner. Look at other traders as scanners is our biggest advice for new people. Don't take them as alerts. Take it as hey, look at this, so that you can see what we're seeing. Is probably the best suggestion. But it as new users, it can be noisy. I mean, honestly, but there's a lot of
let me be honest. I've been in there before, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's also I think part of just using Discord in general.
Yeah,
is getting used to it. And I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I
most
got one of
channels
y'all.
You could something cool about Atlas too, that separates it from other Discords or even people on Twitter is you'll get an alert on Twitter, right? You'll be like, buy this area. But in Atlas, especially in the Momo floor and the Momo chat, I was taught everything I know from some of the greatest traders that I've ever seen. Bearfucker, sorry, excuse my language. Emperor Trades, Brady Atlas, et cetera, et cetera. But they were so willing to always help me, and not only and this goes into what I was trying to say was
bring up NMRD. Sorry to interrupt.
NMRD. Oh yeah,
NMRD right now. I'm in the middle of it here. We just broke on the intraday. Sorry to interrupt, guys.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I know, everybody's watching the show for the text. So right here, perfect pop there off of this upper trend line break. It's a bottom wedge break there. So keep an eye on NMRD for a nice move. We know that this one is a previous runner as well. We just popped not too long ago, early May. It ran to like $15. So this one can get another nice move up, especially from this morning pop. When something pops this high in the morning with a wick up, something that we like to do is hope that it gets back up there and tests it. If we can get over like 1105 spot, 1123. So
and really quick, just to read it back to everyone, you identified resistance levels. You showed that we've broken through 2 levels here on this most recent candle, and then you went down to your volume on the bottom, and you drew a horizontal line to show where your average volume is, where you want to see that additional pop. But we can see it's already popping a little bit. I think this is the most emphasis on volume that we've had here.
Yeah, so volume's super important. The reason why I draw that level, and as you guys can see, it's somewhat close to that volume, that 30-day volume average, but I like to draw it manually. You can even draw it from like what it took to move yesterday's, and that's where you can go onto the daily chart as well and do that same idea, or even visually see like a low volume pullback, right? Another thing I noticed too, just a quick tip for anyone out there when swing trading, I love to consistently play the previous day runners because consistently they will pop up on momentum scanners again. One thing I have figured out, which I think it was from Ross Cameron, to be honest, but is when you get a high, when you get a stock that either gaps up or ran a few days and it makes its high and then it starts a downtrend, like similar to this one, what you want to look for, and it's not necessarily like buy right now, but it's like turn your head this way, is a previous high day break. So that's just something to keep in mind. You can see that intraday time frames with the 5-minute chart as well, but I think there's more important things to look at intraday. But in terms of the daily chart, always look for that previous high day break. and
Yeah, and
also
NMRD
consolidation periods after.
Yeah, NMRD was on the radar as well, because it's about third day, people kind of forget about it. But if you draw, if we go Fibonacci again on the daily,
Okay.
and do kind of the mid candle for the first day pop. So yeah, right from there up to the green body, lower, right
body,
there, yeah. So there you can see that we're basically at just below that mid candle dip, again. So that's almost perfect entries again for somebody that's considering, hey, is this a good spot for me? And this is absolutely a pretty good move here.
So we're at time, but I've got to say that I've already learned like one or two things that are going to change the way that I trade, just period. So I want into the chat. I would love to quit Benzinga. I think I might just tell him that today's my last day, and then hang out with you guys. So if anyone wants to join me, quitting their day jobs and then joining the Atlas Trading Group Discord chat, how can folks find you?
First, they got to go to atlas_trading.net to find the link to our Discord, or you can check many of our Twitters have the link posted to it as well. Like I know I have it pinned to mine. I think Rodessa does. PJ Matlock, Zach, Morris, all them guys should have it pinned and on their Twitter if you guys are looking for Atlas. And then once you're in Atlas, go through the rules and agreements, and then come on in Momo chat, and we'll have you with open arms.
Momo chat on Atlas Trading. The link didn't work because I used an underscore. It's actually a hyphen.
It's a hyphen. Oh, sorry.
English major.
Atlas hyphen.
You guys need an English major on the team.
I have it on the screen right now too.
What do you have on your? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, just the.
There we go.
I don't know if I can zoom in or if you can, but
yeah. Here we go. That's as much as I can zoom in. All right, guys. So get over there. Atlas Trading is the Momo group. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I would love to have you on again because I'll be honest. I normally see the types of stocks that you guys thrive on and just say no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. But I'm here to learn. I love one thing that I found really elucidating was that you focus on the body of the candle. That I think that opens up a lot of doors for how I would draw my lines or try to look at these. So really good stuff. And thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Appreciate it, Neil. Thanks for having us on.
You guys do.
All right, guys, that's Rodessa, Trogdor, and Bearfucker from Atlas Trading with us today. Deuces. And that is just about, let's see, let me share my stuff, share the thing, but it is hard being a streamer because we can't just cue the music. It feels so right when the music hits, guys. We are 3 minutes over time. I want to thank you guys all hanging out. This has been a Wednesday edition of Get Technical. With me, as always, has been producer AB, along with our special guest, the Atlas Trading Group, specifically the Momo team. Really, really cool bunch. Lots of stuff to learn from them. I'm going to check them out. You guys definitely should too. So anyways, this has been Get Technical. I'm Neil Hamilton. Happy trading.